So explain why and what you think the road to recovery is.
Well, you know, one reason why we shared this is because molestation takes place in families way too much. We need to talk about it more. We need to teach our children what is safe and what's not safe, and our grandchildren. I talk to mine about it all the time. Of course, I think they think I'm weird because I'm always saying, do you know what a safe touch is? Yes, ma'am. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about abortion. We need to say out loud and on purpose, it's murder, it's wrong, it's sinful. We need to talk about affairs. You know, people say, oh, this person's had it and that person's done it, so, you know, it's really not that bad. No, it's terrible. It's wrong. It's shameful. It's sinful. So we need to talk about it, and we need to help people overcome these things whenever it happens.
Okay, so how did you make the pivot? How did you forgive yourself and forgive her?
You know, I think with Lisa's case, I think she had a very honest look finally at who she was and kind of where her life had brought her to this point and how she got in this place. And so, you know, for the first probably month after she revealed to me the affair, we got to the truth of it. We're separated, you know, wondering if we have a future together. And Lisa is just in that place of, you know, I have nothing left. All her friends were in the church. You know, this person, she doesn't want to be with that person. She loves me, she loves our children, and yet here she is. And so she had to take that hard, honest look, and she spent a lot of time in her own deep looking inside with a counselor, looking at God's Word, trying to figure out, how can I be a different person? And so that was an introspective, honest look at herself.
When you've lost everything, literally everything, it's either a horrible thing, or there's glimpses of, I have nothing to lose. There's no more hurt that anyone can do to me because I've got nothing left.
Yep.
And then you have, probably for the first time in your life, power over yourself.
That's right.
That's right. Well, because then I knew, once I developed a relationship with Jesus Christ, because up until this point, I really did not have the Spirit of God living within me. Until I received that.
Yet you're a pastor's wife.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Hiding in plain sight is what we call it now. I mean, you can be there, you're at the church, you're at the service, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're involved in people's lives, but it's not in there.
People think that pastors have it made. I think pastors, oof.
And a lot of times they don't know where to go for help because everybody's coming to them. What's this going to look like? You know, Lisa went forward at our church, which we're a very open church, but she went forward there the 2 days after all this broke, and she just told everybody where she was. I mean, I look back on that now and I think, you know, if I had known and we had known church leaders, you want to manage this and try, but this was just a broken person saying, I need help, just like anybody else in our church, which was amazing, and it showed how much where she was at.
And you know what I call that? I call that the walk of shame. What I did was shameful. I needed to feel that. I needed to feel the guilt, and I needed to feel the shame. And whenever I went down front and I told exactly what had happened and who I was, but that I did not want to remain there anymore, I think that's when God said, now I got it. Now I can deal with it. Now I can work with you and mold you into the person that you need to be.
So then we kicked into forgiveness. That's the next step. How does that happen? You know, can you move forward? Can you continue a relationship? And God really revealed that to me. I loved Lisa in spite of everything that had happened. The question was, could I not only forgive her, but could we move forward and then live the forgiveness? Because a lot of people can say the words, they can say, well, that was wrong. Yes, I forgive you. No, but can you live it? Yeah, because 6 months later, a year down the road, or am I going to say, oh, is this what you were thinking when you had this affair? Am I going to go back and keep dredging it up?
How hard was that?
It was tough, but I made a vow. You know, I figured, I don't make many vows in my life. I made one to Christ, I made one to Lisa. I made a vow on this one. I said, God, I'm going to make this step, and I need to forgive Lisa, and I need to forgive myself, and I need to hold that forgiveness. And 15 years into this, it's been 15 years ago, I've never used what she has done or what I've done to hurt her.